Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool reading, Sagittarius. We do. Hope you guys are well. And we start with the stag, Sagittarius. So he's not an elk and he's not a deer. He's a stag, right? So don't confuse the two. These days, somebody might, knock your block off, right? As we used to say back in the day, right? But here he is, real cute and not cute. That's not the right word. Just a beautiful animal, right? I used to think these were like deers or like elks, right? But their bodies are more like deers, and then they have, these horns, there's another word for forgot the antlers, right? And so, elks are kind of a square body animal, and these have more of an elegant type shaped, more of a beautiful, body, more like a deer. But the stag is here, and he's here with his drum, and he's got that double-sided axe. So don't mess with him, Sagittarius. All right, told you about that stuff, right? Be careful. So he's holding the drum, and it has like the tree of life on it. I mean, that is very awesome, right? Interesting how they show like the tree of life here, and then we see all the roots down under as well. So it's showing the importance of what is unseen as well, the unconscious world, right? Of course, it's really important. We wouldn't be here with the readings, but very interesting there. And he's copping a pose, right? And this talks about for somebody who, on a personal level, some kind of adjustment or interaction has taken place. The key word here is responsibility. So he's standing up, and I mean, he is the number 8. I feel like the number 8 is the Chariot. They switch it in particular decks, but this is taking, control, much like the not the Chariot, but the Olympian does, who gets into his chariot, right? We must, as individuals, constantly observe the rules and regulations of society. Okay, well, this is getting off kind of right here, right? And these can fluctuate as the views and knowledge of civilization change. Okay, so in a general way, what they're explaining is that somebody's changed. That's it. They're becoming more responsible, right? And, probably has far less to do with, anything that is societal. Although when we read when we read tarot and we study, divination and things like that, when they refer to society, sometimes this means like your responsibility, like who you're married to and things like that. Yes, it does. And then this talks about divine intervention, universal law, and judgment. The land and the king are one. There's like a rebirth here. I feel like there is, and somebody's taking responsibility to do it. Interesting how it talks about on an individual level, this could involve haunting guilt over a wrong action or a subconscious feeling of bitterness toward because of an unfair situation. All right, Sagittarius, don't be bitter. But I don't feel like this is you. I feel like it is your person. Yeah, and and yeah, the stag, forest king, and guardian, half human and half animal. That sounds like a Sagittarian right there. And verdant with greenery. This is why we need freedom, right? We're half centaur and half, we are the centaur, which is half horse and half man, right? So we definitely need freedom because, the horse talks about freedom. In fact, I was just thinking about that. I have an online seminar and I'm thinking, oh my geez, oh my goodness, right? I just have to sit here. Oh, help, right? And so, yeah, the concepts of forgiveness and reward are not appropriate here. Interesting, because that is rebirth. They are human ideas which have no reality in natural law. One reaps what one has sown. Just as right or generous actions bring fulfillment and peace, greed and vengeful desire bring bitterness, loneliness, and disillusion. Yeah, it's interesting how, of course, when we do right or when we are generous, it brings fulfillment. But it even has to do with yourself. Like, say, for example, you know that you're doing the right thing in your life. You're not slacking or something like that. Then you feel better about yourself, right? Yeah, it's how it goes. This is a very interesting card. And I feel like somebody's coming here to show you that they have grown. Interesting how they say judgment, and but they say that forgiveness has no place here. But they're bringing it up. What it really means is that somebody feels like they're not going to be forgiven, or that they really need to be forgiven. There's some deep tie to forgiveness here, and responsibility. And this person, I feel like your person is kind of bitter and lonely. They could have done something to you, Sagittarius, right? Because they could have, because their first card over here is hope. That's going to be your person's card. And we will talk about your person's card. We have the shift cards. We have the shift, the divine masculine, and the grounded. This grounded card shows the anchor here. It's really important to be grounded, right? And so the anchor is about grounding, right? And so on the bad side, it can talk about somebody who feels stuck, like, overly kind of just kind of weighed down, right? But this card talks about somebody is attempting to really ground themselves, but they are doing it with a paradigm shift. Like, I'm changing my whole pattern of living. That's what a paradigm shift is. It's based on like patterns, right? Or a pattern. You're changing everything now. And so you're shifting what, you're shifting kind of how you feel, but you're, your awareness is much grander, or much bigger. But this card talks about, like, it's really kind of, the shift is kind of like a quantum leap. Like, I'm changing and I'm jumping over here now, and I don't want whatever I'm doing here now. Yeah. And somebody's changing big time because of the stag and the shift. And the divine masculine is here. It is so they can manifest in their life, and somebody's taking action, and they could be showing up, Sagittarius, as a stag, right? Yeah, they could, right? So, watch out. It's interesting how they show these stags sometimes, like, when they show like the divination, that is kind of a little creepy, right? Yeah, and there are people who kind of use the wrong side, and those people, I'm not reading for those people, but those people who are typically already people with a lot of power. Yes, they are. We have awareness, sacrifice, and the crown chakra. And this awareness, this looks like somebody I know, but here is the magician, and the crown chakra is, here, but it almost looks like the crown chakra is over here with the magician, because this is universal power. This is your higher consciousness. And the crown chakra, it's not really on your head, it's above your head. Yeah, it is. And so, and interesting, but this crown chakra is the only one that is not like in your body. Yeah, it's very interesting, right? And they also have they also have the chakras around the world. They do. And Lake Shasta in California is considered a chakra, or considered a place of chakra. The exact terminology, it needs to be, that needs to be honed here or perfected. But yeah, there is there. And if you go there, I'm not sure of the history there, but if you go to Lake Shasta, it looks like when you get there, you're like, wow, what is this magical place? Yeah, it's a trip. And I went there when I was like 19, and me and my friends used to, kind of take trips and, go around and, have fun and things like that. And yeah, we have sacrifice, and that's what this is. This is the Hanged Man, and she's sacrificing for something good, the beautiful native woman here. And she's praying as well, right? And so, and she's looking up into the sky, right? And, the natives really, the sky is the whole earth. And the heavens both are very important to them, and they understand they really understand the earth, climate, and things like that. They do. Okay, let's get back to this, right? So, with the rainbow behind her, she's like sacrificing something, giving something away for a new beginning. That's what she's doing. Your person here has stepped into their awareness. Yeah, it could be you, Sagittarius. If it's you, then hot damn, or, however they say, right? Yeah, because a lot of us are, waking up. I feel like we're awake over here, Sagittarius. We hope we are, right? But but this awareness card, this is an awakening, of course, right? It's the same word, awakening, awareness. It comes from the the same root here. And, the magician, he's awake, of course. He's ascended, and he's able to use his divine masculine. He is all about his divine masculine, but he's about his divine feminine as well, because you cannot truly be a magician unless you are using and trusting your intuition, and also taking the appropriate steps to manifest things, like taking action in your life, right? It's both. You have to have both, right? Yeah. And so we have the crown chakra as well. And and that is really what this kind of magician, yeah, pretty much here. It's interesting. And this is more of the higher consciousness again. So when when the crown chakra is usually like aligned, or what's the proper word, in effect or something, this means that all of the other chakras typically are balanced, right? We start with the root chakra, and it pushes all the energy through the other chakras. Yeah, it's a real cool thing. Yeah, it is. And the chakras came from India, I believe. Even looks like an Indian word. It does. And yeah, the Indian people, they have such a divine kind of culture, and I don't know if they still keep it when they come here, but I hope they do. Right? Yeah, I do. So let's see what else we have, Sagittarius. Yeah. There's a huge paradigm shift here. Somebody's kind of sorry for what they've done, I'm pretty sure here, right? And so let's get into the reading. And also we have Hope over here. This is your person's card. I'm going to pull their other two cards on camera, right? So, let's see what we have. And for Sagittarius. And I hope you guys are well, right? Yeah, I hope everybody's well. Yeah, I hope everybody's kind of hopefully enjoying the change of the season. The weather has been crazy. Now it's getting nice here, but honestly, I don't believe the weather. I mean, because I just don't believe here that the natural weather has been happening. So we're not going to talk about it here, but yeah. And so now I feel like it is natural, because it's been colder than heck here, and it's not supposed to be. So listen, if you guys want a free psychic reading, you can click on the link below in the description box. Yeah, all the information is there. And let's get started, Sagittarius. We have the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So, maybe you're eating a delicious roast chicken here, but this talks about somebody's wish, right? And he's bringing this man's wish on a platter. Somebody's bringing you your wish. They're coming. They're bringing you what you want. I feel like he wants that chicken, right? Yeah, he said, I want that chicken. It's very nutritious. Yes, it is. If you guys don't want to eat chicken, then you can eat these vegetables here, right? And so this person's bringing you their wish. They are. And we have the Strength card with it. And the moon is here. Yeah. Yeah, and so here we have this person's coming with courage, but they're confused a little bit over here, or they have a lot of, I feel like this is fear of the unknown here with the moon. Like, well, I don't know what's going to happen with Sagittarius. Sagittarius might turn me into, what do they call those? A silverfish. Those are like these little worms that can come in your house if there's condensation. I don't have them here, thank goodness, right? And here's the sun, Sagittarius. And, the sun card here has this red flag, and these little children are here. They're in their birthday suits, so I got them kind of covered, right? And they're very happy. And they're holding the flag, and one's pulling the flag, but they're happy, and they're kind of pulling the flag, like kind of away from each other. There's some type of clarity this person is bringing you, and it's some type of a red flag. Like, excuse me, what I mean is they're bringing you something that you're unaware of. Like, you're like, whoa, like a surprise. Yeah. So here we have the 6 of Swords. The World card is here. And she's in her birthday suit. Yeah, and she's been working out. So we're going to have to cover her up here, right? Yeah, we do. And let's see what else we have for the world. I mean, not for the world, for you guys, Sagittarius. And the Queen of Swords sits here, and she's been showing up left and right. The King of Wands. the Ace of Swords, the Hierophant. Yeah, here he is. And maybe somebody's going to confession here. Not me, right? I don't believe in telling anybody that my personal business who, no, heck no, right? Yeah. So let's see what we have. And we have the Page of Cups. I'll talk to God about it, yeah, if I want to. Knight of Pentacles. And this card's here showing up. This is the Three of Cups here. And we also have the King of Pentacles. Yes, we do. And he's actually reversed here. And let's see what else we have. And those were from another deck. And these have been shuffled. So we're going to take those cards. There's a reason why there's a reason, right, for the season here, right, for these cards. And so here's the Six of Swords, the World card. So you're either in transition, Sagittarius, or this person's coming to you, right? Maybe you live, next to the water. I'm not sure here. But, this person is arriving at the shore. This person's arriving very soon. Yeah, they are. So, get your birthday suit, get it kind of polished, right? If you know what I mean. Do your little leg lifters or, your booty lifters, whatever it is you guys do, right? And and so here's the World card with it. And this World card is the Dancer, and this means that things are coming to fruition. Things are it's not the tip of the iceberg anymore. It's like things are coming to a head. There we go. And in a very good way. And here's her head sticking out because her birthday suit is, we covered it up here. Yeah, and she's maybe you're really shy, Sagittarius, because we had to put this card here, right? And so shy about your physical body. But here's the World card, and this is like crossing you. And this is coming full circle finally. And here's this person coming to talk to you about this, or you're doing it. Yeah. I feel like this person is coming to tell you that they've sacrificed something in their life. Yeah, there's some type of kind of something that you don't know about here that is like you're going to be surprised. Yeah. This person has ascended like almost like a master here, because we have the shift is here, but this is a paradigm shift. But we have awareness, the Magician. This is they're showing his crown chakra kind of shining onto his pineal gland. Yeah, but it's up on top, so it's more of the crown chakra, the Magician here. And sacrifice can talk about enlightenment, because when we are enlightened, there's always a sacrifice being made. A sacrifice like maybe it doesn't have to be a physical one, but a sacrifice like, well, I don't think that way anymore. I'm leaving those thought patterns behind, and that's what the shift is about. I'm sacrificing my old me, or the way I used to think, or the way I used to behave. And that's very typical of what's going on right now for a lot of people because of the Scorpio energy, Scorpio full moon, and that is coming, and also Pluto and Aquarius, and which is going back to Capricorn. But we just coming out of Aries season, which is new beginning. So we have all this. A new beginning is also a death. It's kind of the nice way, right? I mean, death and rebirth, it should be really kind of rebirth and death. But first, something does have to die, right? It's kind of like seeing your cup full, half full instead of half empty, right? As long as people see their cup half empty, well, it'll always be half empty. That's just, that is how we are, our reality, our thoughts become our reality. And, you could be saying that's so cliche, or, maybe some people, but that's just how it is, right? If you say anything long enough, it'll sound like cliche, and it's very true. And if you, on the flip side of that, if people hear a lie long enough, it's loud enough, like in the mainstream, and they hear it long enough, they'll just believe it, right? And yeah, that's the flip side of that, right? Yeah. And so, but we're not talking about lies, Sagittarius. No, we're not. And we're talking about somebody who has grown here and they have gone through some type of self-sacrifice, though. And it was difficult because the stag talks about feeling guilty and being bitter and lonely. OMG. So here, Sagittarius, we have the Queen of Swords, and this is what's helping you. And this person here is, it's helping you in the way of if you want a new beginning with somebody here. Now, for some of you guys, you have the Three of Cups in your hopes and fears. So you're hoping for a reunion or joy at the very least. For me, this is definitely a reunion because of the Magician, because of this Queen of Swords who twirls her butterfly, right? And so she's discerning, and she's not discerning, even though she has a sword, she's discerning intuitively. Yes, she is. Yeah, and this is like, hey, I wonder how this is going to go for me, but this is intuitively, and so that's what discerning is. Yes, it is. At least, for the most part, when we talk about tarot, right? There's a cycle ending here, and this is why I speak of sacrifice, right? You don't always have to sacrifice, sacrifice something physical, right? Yeah, no. But, I feel like this person has sacrificed something, some cycle in their life. There's a huge change, and this World card is talking about it coming to fruition. You're going to have your wish here, and that's why the World card kind of sits where it sits. This could be supporting you here in this energy. And here's the King of Wands coming into play. And here he is. He's serious here, but I don't know that many serious Sagittarians, right? No, not really. I mean, sometimes, but for the most part, we're more extroverted. We are. And so he's holding his gecko, and this is for protection, right? And so the wand is here, and this talks about somebody who's taking action. This is very divine masculine energy, and that's what's going on here. And this is coming into play for you. The Ace of Swords shows up, and it shows up with the Knight of Wands, and this sits in the past, but it sits in the past, but I feel like it has to do with right now as well. And this is somebody taking action for a new beginning. I feel like this person, and the transition shows the start, like the steps toward it. The transition shows the change. And when we see shift, we know that somebody's changed, right? You're like, don't show up if you didn't change. No, we don't know. We don't want any of that. And people do change, though, and grow, right? And people who become kind of jaded and bitter, they go, oh, no, people don't change. Yeah, sometimes they grow and change. Yeah, there's some people who will never change. And that is tragic, right? Because everything changes. And, with change, there is growth. Yes, there is, right? So here's the Hierophant. He's showing up in the near future for you. And let's get a card on that. You look like you're going to get married, but let's see what else we have. The King of Cups. Here he is pouring a cup out. So this looks like your person's pouring their marriage kind of down the drain here. You could be saying that sounds extreme, but, these things do happen in life. Your person made the wrong choice, and they feel guilty and lonely about it. Yeah. Yeah. And this person, with the Hierophant showing up, they believe in this, Sagittarius. They do, but they had to go through something difficult to wake up. Yeah, wake ups are not easy. No, they're not, right? Yeah, even for little kids, right? Your 2-year-old wake up and they're crying when they wake up. You're like, what are you crying about when you wake up? What? Maybe you had a bad dream, because little babies and little kids are psychic. Yeah, they are. And then they get conditioned by by going to school where there's no nurturing for that. It's all, there's no creativity. Music and art can harness your intuition. Yes, it can. And they teach less and less of it, right? Yeah. And this is why kids get kind of bored with school too. Yeah, they do. Sometimes they start out really excited, and then they move through school and this is boring, dude. There's nothing here, right? I mean, who wants to memorize facts? That's not learning or growing. That's just putting things in your memory bank. But real learning is like change, and when you learn, your brain waves. Your neurons are rewired when you truly learn. Yeah, it's a bunch of BS. So let's see what we have, you guys. Page of Cups showing up in your advice, Sagittarius. This person's coming to talk to you. The Knight of Pentacles is here, And here's the Knight and the King. Maybe they're a Virgo or Taurus or Capricorn, but they don't have to be. They could be anybody with a general reading. They could be somebody who has financial stability as well, or somebody maybe just really earthy, right? Could be maybe, somebody who, goes to the gym a lot, something like that. But this is in your environment, and this is how you're affecting this person. We'll get a card, and we have the Seven of Cups. So you have made them, they're kind of confused here, but I feel like you have made them kind of wake up here, right? With the Seven of Cups. I feel like you've made them kind of choose as well. Yeah, you have. And here's the Three of Cups, your hopes and fears. So you're hoping for this, for a reunion. And then the King of Pentacles reverse shows up here. He shows up with the star. So, the star is here with, she's wearing her birthday suit again, right? She said, I'm going to get a tan today. And this is healing, a new beginning. And this is very spiritual. And this reading is very spiritual because of the Magician, the crown chakra, etc. We're going to end this reading, and let's see here, Sagittarius. And let's cover up the star here, right? And yeah, it's fine because we know this is about healing and your intuition as well with the star, right? And let's see what else we have. And this shows up in your outcome with this King. Yeah. And so let's see, we started with hope, Sagittarius. Your person's first card is hope and anticipation, bright prospects, and wish. So at the bottom of the deck here was the man eating the chicken. You're my wish, you are. Help, I'm hungry, right? Maybe. Maybe they're hungry for you. I feel like they are hungry for your love here. This is somebody who's lonely, and it's the same thing, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we have. For your person, show me what's crossing or what is challenging Sagittarius's person. Show me what challenges them or crosses them or supports them. But the crossing energy for them is the last day in the light. And here's a bleach blonde vampire, right? And I've never saw one in my life. But hey, whatever, right? And unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. They're trying to show here that this is coming. This person's coming very unexpected and as a surprise. And here, this hope here is their overall energy is hope. Here they come very sudden, Sagittarius. Let's see what else we have. Show me the root for them. Show me the root for Sagittarius's person. And we have religion, canon, rules, and commandments. This person's probably married to somebody. Why it's all happening. Or they just want to marry you here as well. But these rules here. She's sad, holding the crown. She said, gee, I feel like your person's stepping out of, we have the Hierophant here. They could be stepping away from a marriage or a marital or a marriage type of union. And here's the Hierophant with the King of Cups pouring the cup out. So we're going to see in the other reading. It's going to be a great reading. We're going to end this reading, Sagittarius, and very curious here. It's a 10-card spread. And we're also going to have, we're going to finish this. We are. And we're going to have their tarot spread. And their tarot spread is, what you don't know about them, what's unknown, how they feel, how they're looking at the situation, what they want to say to you, the actions they're going to take, etc., etc. Their hopes and fears. And we're going to end it. Thank you so much. The link's below in the description box. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.